Hey, so you've got an exam coming up, huh? Let me guess. You're a little stressed, maybe a bit overwhelmed, and wondering what you should be doing right now to actually feel ready. Yeah, we've all been there. But here's the thing. The students who always seem calm and confident before a test, they're not born that way. They just do certain things that make them feel in control. Today, I want to share with you 4 things that smart students always do before every exam. And no, it's not just about studying harder. It's about preparing smarter. Let's dive in. First, they review, not reread. Okay, here's the trap a lot of people fall into. They think, if I read my notes again and again and maybe one more time, I'll get it. But smart students know, reading isn't the same as learning. Instead of rereading, they review actively. That means quizzing themselves, flashcards, practice tests, teaching the concept out loud like they're explaining it to someone else. These methods force your brain to recall information, not just recognize it. And that's exactly what you'll have to do in the exam. Even 20 minutes of active recall beats 2 hours of passive reading. Seriously. So if you're tempted to just stare at your notes one more time, don't. Quiz yourself instead. Second, they plan their breaks, not just their study time. You know those students who say they've been studying all day, but still don't seem to remember anything? Yeah, they probably didn't take proper breaks. Smart students know the brain needs rest to absorb info. So instead of cramming nonstop, they follow something like the Pomodoro technique. 25 minutes of focused work, then a 5-minute break. Or they'll study for 90 minutes and take a 20-minute walk. The key is this: they plan their breaks before they get tired. That way, they avoid burnout and their focus stays sharp. And during those breaks, they don't scroll TikTok or binge videos. They walk, stretch, grab a snack, maybe even meditate for a few minutes. Something that lets their brain recharge, not get more cluttered. You don't get stronger by lifting weights all day without stopping, right? Same goes for your brain. Third, they practice the mindset, not just the material. This one's huge, and most people ignore it. Smart students know that how you think before an exam matters just as much as what you know. If you go into the test thinking, I'm gonna fail, or I'm not smart enough for this, your brain literally starts to panic. But if you go in thinking, I've prepared the best I can, I know more than I think, I can handle this, something shifts. You feel calm, focused, confident. That's not magic, it's mindset. Some students write down a short affirmation before the exam. Something like, I've studied hard, I'm ready, and I've got this. Others visualize themselves walking into the room, sitting down, and crushing the test. Sounds cheesy? Maybe, but it works. Because smart students don't just prepare their notes, they prepare their nerves. Fourth, they sleep like it's part of the exam. You've heard this 1,000 times, but let me say it again. Pulling an all-nighter is not a flex. Your brain literally stores and organizes memories while you sleep. That means if you study hard but then sleep only 3 hours, your brain doesn't even get the chance to remember what you just learned. Smart students treat sleep like part of their preparation, not a luxury, a priority. Before every exam, they aim for 7 to 9 hours of good sleep, not just the night before, but ideally for a few nights in a row. They wind down early, no caffeine late, no phones in bed, because they know tired brains make silly mistakes. Rested brains win. You wouldn't show up to a race with your legs sore and exhausted, so don't show up to your exam with a fried brain. So here's the quick recap, my friend. Review actively, don't just reread. Plan your breaks so your brain stays sharp. Practice a strong mindset, not just the material. Sleep like your exam depends on it, because it does. Look, exams will always feel like a big deal, but you're not helpless, you're not alone. And you're definitely not stuck with last-minute panic as your only strategy. You've got tools, you've got time, and now you've got a plan. So take a deep breath, trust yourself, and keep showing up. You've got this.